Can you do a little bit more? Can you get a little closer maybe? Touch it. If you just touch it, it'll go off.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Killa podcast, baby. What the fuck is up, Denny's? Hold on. Okay, so I almost didn't record an episode today. I didn't want to. Didn't feel like it. I didn't want to do it, but I did it, and I'm doing it. So we're here. I wanted to play guitar today. I want to play guitar way more. That's my issue right now is, and I talked about this last week. I'm not going to dwell on it too much this week, but I'd rather play guitar. Right now, I have this brand new guitar, and I want to get really good at the guitar, and I want to focus on practicing because that's really how you get better. Shout out also Sophie Burrell. She's I think Australian. She might be Austrian, but she has a one of her videos on YouTube is tips for getting better at the guitar. And I'm not going to detail that video, but it was a tremendous video. I want to say shout out to her. She is a tremendous guitar player. She's pretty big on social media and she tours, I guess. I've never seen her live, but I follow her on social media. She shreds pretty hard, brother. What else, dude? What else? Shout out to Kyle Kitstever for inviting me to the open mic that I went to last Tuesday. I'm going to go this Tuesday, which is tomorrow. It was very fun, very chill. Also, Devontae as well. I can't remember your last name, buddy. What's up, dude? Very welcoming, very cool crowd, and it was a fun time. And there were some good musicians there, and it was fun, dude. So shout out to that open mic in Hickory, North Carolina. That was fun, guys. I appreciate y'all having me in there. And I can't even fully play. I don't know if you can see this bandage. I have a bandaged pinky because there's an ulcer on it. Shout out to skin ulcers because my circulation got so bad in my hands that the tip of my pinky went away. That's what I'm dealing with. So I can't do the F-shaped bar chords on the guitar neck. I got to wrap my thumb or do a dominant seventh chord, which sometimes sounds better than the major chord. So shout out to Music Theory and shout out to Pinkies and shout out to Raynaud's disease phenomenon and shout out to, what else? Who else? Where else? That's it. Let's see, baby. I feel like there's more spring cleaning. I had Eli on. Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, yeah, I'm going to have to cut all that out. I had Eli on, and we talked about some stuff. So I don't know when that episode will come out. I don't know if I want to put it out next week or the week after. So shout out to Eli. Shout out to Eli. Damn, that was so dumb of me. I'm going to have to cut all that out, brother. Also, in the Eli episode, I framed it poorly. I thought I was cutting my head off in the frame. And turns out I just raised the frame too high because Eli was sitting lower than me. So it goes from, it's not framed well. So shout out to that episode. Shout out to my production skills. Shout out to the humidity, just the raw, sheer, brute humidity in my room right now. And shout out, what else? Shout out to that burp. Oh yeah, I'm highly addicted to Altoids now, so I just feel like you guys should know that and could appreciate it. Shout out Judah. He commented on the episode that came out today a lot. What's up, buddy? How you doing? like I said, I'm not going to dwell on this too much, but I do want to talk about it. I don't feel like doing the podcast right now, or like in general. I don't feel like doing it, and I'm kind of struggling with that right now. And there could be a lot of factors as of why. Also, I've been eating edibles, which make me not sleep as well, and that could play a factor in me not feeling like doing the podcast. But also, there's just my attention is to the guitar right now. I'm in this little spell of obsession with the guitar, and I would rather indulge in that than do the podcast. Even though, as y'all know, I want to keep the podcast going. I want to keep it going strong, but yeah, I'm just my passion is elsewhere. And like I talked about last week with priorities, my priorities are elsewhere. But you know what's up, dude.
Pussy.
And
you're a pussy.
So
that don't make no sense.
We'll see. It's starting to storm, dude. My computer's plugged into we're safe. Is it really? My flash is on, so I'll put these sunglasses on. I swear it's not because I'm doing cocaine. I would never do cocaine. But people who wear sunglasses inside are usually doing cocaine, and I get that. I hear that, and I feel that, and I acknowledge you, and your opinion is valid, brother. But I'm not on cocaine. I'm even kind of talking like I'm on cocaine, but I did have 2 strong cups of coffee. I didn't go to the gym this morning, and I've eaten 6 Altoids in the past 8 minutes, dude. So I am fired up. There's cinnamon Altoids as well, dude. I am fired up, brother. Real quick, dude. Let's address the elephant in the room, dude. Gingers are black now, right? And, I thought about writing about this just to get my thoughts more planned, more better. But then I didn't because I was worried about guitar stuff. So shout out to Charvel as well. Charvel guitars, wonderful, beautiful. You know what I mean? Fabulous. What does Fancy Chef say? Wonderful, delicious, fabulous. What are his? I don't know. Gingers, dude. Are they black now? And here's the thing. I don't know if the Gingers decided that they're black now or if the black community decided that Gingers are now part of the group. I don't know which one came first, and I don't even know where I stand on it. So if we start to break down the different sides of it, break down let's start with the supportive side. So they are, I don't even know why they got in. Honestly, now that I'm actually thinking about it, I don't know why Gingers got, how they even got nominated, much less won. I don't know where or how it happened. It might have just started on TikTok or Twitter or X. I don't know. But they're kind of the outcasts. They've always kind of been portrayed as the outcast and kind of just shit on forever and not accepted. But black people, as far as the culture goes, have been kind of like at the top. And I don't want to say that there isn't, whatever, racism or whatever. I don't want to say that black people haven't struggled. But as far as popularity and being cool, that's mostly what I'm addressing, what I'm talking about. Popularity and being cool, black people have been, you know what I mean? We've been up there. Not me, you know what I mean? I'm cool enough, but I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not what pop culture as a whole would consider, someone that's worth copying. You know what I mean? Like, Kendrick Lamar and SZA. They're some members of the black community that the culture wants to be like. And I'm not that. I'm alt black. You know what I mean? I'm a slightly different flavor. You know what I mean? And That's just what it is, baby. And I've accepted that. I'm not looking for, I don't feel bad about it. I'm not looking for people to help me feel better about that fact. I'm okay with that. I embrace that. It's been a path that I've consciously carved out. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's a bad thing. It just is what it is. But anyways, I'm talking about everything but gingers. The gingers being black, I feel like there's just some aspects of it where they didn't quite earn it. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? You know? You know what the fuck's up, Denny's. Yeah, I feel like they haven't quite earned it yet. And I feel like I feel like ginger is so unique to itself. Like, gingers are gingers, and black people are black people. And I guess there's a spectrum of both of those things, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, any category of humans there's gonna be a spectrum aspect to it. But you know what I mean, dude. And I know you know. What's this button?
You can help me find the fucking wherewithal to not beat your sturdy ass right here in the LCO.
That one was not appropriate.
Me a money.
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
And I ain't playing, nigga.
There we go. That works. I need a sound to emphasize my points.
And I ain't playing, nigga.
That's the best one. It's gonna storm, bitch. Let's see. Is there anybody home? I don't know. Let's see, dude. How loud is my audio going into this bitch? I don't have the click in my headphones. Also, by the way, I want you guys to know that it has been really, really, really eating away at my soul and my heart, my body, my mind for the past, I don't know, 4 solo episodes. Because the Eli episode, I didn't have headphones on. I had an edible about 12 minutes ago. I'm trying to see how long I got until I get weird. I'm already weird because I have sunglasses on. I just don't want the fucking flash in my face. Let's see. Gingers, they didn't quite earn it. But at the same time, the black community could use, I don't want to say it like that. The black community could benefit from some of the strengths that gingers have. They have a high tolerance to pain. That's one. Because if a race war ever breaks out and we have the gingers on our side, that's going to be our berserkers. When the Vikings went to war, you know, allegedly, historians will argue this back and forth. When Vikings went to war, they had what they called berserkers. And berserkers were these Viking warriors who were just absolutely blasted on psychedelic mushrooms. So they weren't in their normal, regular, everyday state of mind. They were in this heightened state where they were crazier. They had maybe a little less empathy and sympathy. Not that Vikings had much empathy or sympathy to begin with, but you understand the point that I'm making is they had maybe even less. And, you know, a strong point, allegedly, their pain tolerance went way up. So if there's ever a race war, which God forbid there's not, I would never hope. I love my whites. I love my Hispanics. I love my blacks. I love my Asians. I love everybody, potential aliens. I love everybody. Except not annoying people. That group of people, the people who's unbearable to be around, they can stay away. I don't like them. And I'll say it proudly, dude. If there was a flag that could represent not liking annoying people, I would fly that fucking flag, brother. I would fly that flag.
And I ain't playing, nigga.
So, I really hope there's not a race war. And, oh, fuck, I forgot the point that I was making. Oh, you know what? Okay, here we go. I'm back, baby. I'm back. So, if there was a race war, I'm saying the Gingers could be our berserkers. You know what I mean? They can fight hard as hell, crazy-eyed, half naked, with an axe, just chopping fools in half, dude. One swipe. Because I'm sure a few Vikings were able to do that. The strongman competitions, the guys who win those are Vikings. So, shout out to Viking culture. They can be our berserkers, and we can, for them, well, first of all, protect them. That bullying shit, no more, dude. You're with us now. You're with us. In fact, people can't even say ginger, and if they do, they better say ginger, because we not fucking with it, bro. That bullying shit, no more. Well, actually, because you got to be funny too, right? And, sometimes, I'm not saying bullying is good, but I'm saying sometimes bullying can make you funny. And if there's any moral or point to this episode, I want you to know that sometimes bullying can make you funny. So we're gonna have to supplement that with our new ginger friends. Oh, it's gonna storm real good, dude. All right, I'm gonna go faster. Of course, we're gonna teach them dance moves. I'm not, because I can't dance, but most of us can, right?
And I ain't playing, nigga.
So yeah, dude, that's it. That's all the argument that I have for accepting it. And I guess for not accepting it, I don't really know. I've already said it, is I feel like they haven't quite earned it. I feel like, it would take a couple hundred more years of bullying to get to the point to like where you're in the same boat as black people. And even then, you're not even really in the same boat. We were in the boat, and then we rowed over to you and pulled you into the boat. You were never in our boat. So I hope the gingers know that shit, and they accept that into their heart. And maybe if they can accept that into their heart, then they can be a part of the group. You know what, dude? The more I talk about it, the more I realize I don't really have an argument against it. I don't really have an argument against it. I'm skeptical, though. I'm very skeptical. But I'm a skeptical person, I guess. So, yeah, dude. Gingers, welcome to the family. And don't waste this opportunity. That's all I have to say to the gingers around the world. Don't waste this opportunity, and don't embarrass us. Okay?
Let's get retarded.
What else is going on in the world? Oh, real quick. This is some housekeeping that I forgot. My sober October, my 9 months of no drinking is almost over, and I don't know if I'm going to drink again or just not drink. So that's a thing in my life as well. I don't know what I'm going to do. But anyways, let's see. Oh yeah, this happened forever ago. I just want to touch on it and just acknowledge it. I don't even have anything to say about it, but there was a video of Theo Von mushing a guy in the neck. A mush where you fucking push somebody away. Usually people do it in other people's face, where you put your hand on their face and you fucking push them away. That's called a mush. Theo Von did that to somebody's neck. And I just want to say this, dude. I've been a huge Theo Von fan for years and years and years and years and years and years. And here's how I honestly feel about it, dude. I like Theo Von so much. Wow, if I ever get famous, this is going to get clipped by a third party, and they're going to try and ruin me. Doesn't matter. I like Theo Von so much that I don't care if he was out of line. I'm assuming that guy deserved to get his neck mushed, brother. It was like a throat grab and then a push, dude. And I didn't even know Theo Von got down like that. I was shocked by that video. But then I was immediately ready to fight on Theo's behalf. I was immediately ready to have a like friend group versus friend group brawl. And what's fucked up and like not like mentally unhealthy about that is I've never met Theo Von. I don't have his number. He doesn't have my number. I'm not friends with him. So, shout out Theo Von this past weekend. I got a poster right here, which also, by the way, this Theo Von poster behind my head, I don't like that it's right in the podcast frame, because then I feel like people see that and they think I just want to be Theo Von. But that's probably just in my own head. So I'm thinking about, there's so many posters. There's some like behind the chair. There's some out of frame right now. And I may switch some up, but who knows? I got some new vinyl, and there's some of those vinyl have posters in them. I might swap some out. Also should have switched my new guitar with my old guitar before this video. Let's see. Getting boring. Shout out to the boring-o-meter. Let's see. Ishowspeed beat Ashton Hall's fucking ass in a foot race 4 times in a row. So shout out to Ishowspeed. He's the man. I've never even watched one of his full streams, but his shit is funny. When he linked up with Kai Cenat, who I like a lot. I like Speed as well. I just don't know Speed stuff as much as Kai's, but he beat Ashton Hall in a race. And, you know, this whole time I'm just wondering where did Ashton Hall come from? If you don't know who Ashton Hall is, you've probably seen him on Reels or TikTok or maybe even Facebook or maybe YouTube. I don't know. I've never seen him on YouTube, but that doesn't even matter. But how do you get famous for real, dude? Because I'd never heard of him. Obviously, he's an influencer. I've never heard of him until that one silly, you know, where he's vlogging his morning routine, until that video came out, and then other YouTubers started doing commentary on it, clowning him. That was the first time I heard of Ashton Hall, where he time clocked him diving into the pool, and the amount of time that he was in the air was 4 seconds. So allegedly, he had a legitimate endorsement deal with Nike. And allegedly, they dropped him because he lost to the foot race to Speed. And that's probably internet, you know, pop culture propaganda, likely. Probably not even true at all. But it is funny to consume. But I always come back to the same point of fucking where did he come from? Are there a bunch of influencers like him who, you know, have a ton of followers and sponsors and they're just not on my radar? Is my radar as specific as, what's the fucking word I'm trying to find? Is my algorithm that narrow that I don't see most of the influencers? I don't know, but he did get beat 4 times in a row, so shout out Ishowspeed. Wow, what a fucking dead end. I'm going to cut that out, too. That's bullshit. I should have fucking thought about that more. Dude. Anyways, that's it, guys. I'm going to end it. I really didn't. I woke up and I was like, I'm not going to podcast today. And I really had that thought and that feeling, but I'm glad I did, brother. So thank you guys for being here, and I might keep it going. I want to get to 100 episodes. I don't know why I get close to these mile marker episodes and then I don't feel like doing it anymore. Because they say, you know, the rumor is that it takes about 40 episodes to get okay at podcasting. That they say get good, but I say okay. They say it takes 40 episodes to get okay at podcasting, and for the Killa podcast, between episode 39 and 40, there was about a year and a half. I stopped for about a year and a half. Episode 39 had DJ Peretti on it. Shout out DJ Peretti. I hope I'm saying your last name right. I know you've told it to me before, but I'm the worst with names. So sorry if you're listening to this. You're probably not, but I hope I said your last name right. But anyways, episode 39 was DJ Peretti, and then I stopped for about a year and a half. And then I felt inspired, and I had Ableton, and I had, a mic, which turned out to not be the right mic at the time. But anyways, I got inspired, and then I did episode 40. And I've been doing them, for the most part, every week. There's been some weeks gone here and there, of course. But I've been doing them for the most part every week until now. This will either be episode 96 or 97. But point being, I'm almost to 100. And then I feel that urge again I don't feel like doing it. And then I have to have the inner dialogue conversation with myself of, is this one of those things where you don't feel like doing it and that's normal and you should push past this rocky period? Or is it you don't feel like doing it and that's, a guttural instinct and, creatively you should follow that and then focus on the guitar? So that's the argument I'm having with myself in my head right now, and I haven't made a lot of progress with it. There's still, it's a very even fight right now. And, the people around me as well say that I should keep it going. And I'm taking that and keeping it as a significant factor in the equation. But it's still the argument that I have with myself, and there's not a lot of progress with it. So I don't know what the future will hold. I would like to practice guitar 2 hours a day. Some days being upwards of 4. And Monday and Tuesday are the best days of the week for me to do that. And Monday with the gym in the morning, the podcast takes all of it. So yeah, I'm at a creative crossroads right now. With there also being the element of maybe I need to redo my whole schedule. Maybe I need to write it out physically on paper, inserting the certain hours being, work hours and sleep, and then divide the things I want to keep up with evenly among those days in a efficient and ergonomic way. Maybe that's what I need to do. I don't know, but I'm going to figure it out. And in the time it takes me to figure it out, I may skip some weeks of the podcast. The podcast might get stringy for a few months. The schedule might get real loose for a few months as I just try and figure stuff out and try and do stuff in a way that works. So I hope you guys bear with me for that process, and I love you so much. I appreciate you for listening. I truly do. Having Eli on, I haven't had a guest for a while. Having Eli on kind of invigorated a little bit of the podcast passion, because doing so many solo episodes, there's no feedback. I'm staring into my phone's flash right now, and past that, I'm looking out of my window and I'm checking on Ableton. There's no feedback. There's no back and forth. I try and be funny, but I don't know when I am funny because there's no one in front of me laughing. So having Eli on reminded me that it's very nice to have a guest for the pod. I also don't feel as nervous with guests. The first time I had Eli on, I was very, very, very nervous. And even with people I've known for an even longer time, like Patrick, I was just nervous. And I don't really feel that anymore. So I don't know. Maybe I'll have more guests. Maybe I'll do something, but I don't know. I'm going to figure it out. That's the point I'm getting to, is I'm going to figure it out. So thank you guys so much. I love you. Don't forget to make your bed and brush your teeth, baby.
And I ain't playing, nigga.
And that's it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and try and think about your own priorities, or not. Enjoy your life, dude. I'm no one's boss. I don't care. I just try and, do what I can for me. So, wow, that edible's kicking in. That's what it is. The edible kicked in. There it is, baby. All right, yeah. So that is the edible kicked in. So I'm gonna get off. Thank you guys. Bye.
Now, if any of you sons of bitches got anything else to say, now's the fucking time! I didn't think so. 今日はこれまでにしましょう。